Welcome back, students. In this session, we'll be continuing with our last chapter of our syllabus, that is India towards independence. So we have completed the rest of the portions. Only Cabinet Mission Plan, Mountbatten Plan, and the Indian Independence Act of 1947 is left. So we'll have a quick recapitulation of INA and Subhash Chandra Bose. So INA was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose, and he also after there was differences between him and the Congress leaders, so he left Congress. He resigned from Congress and formed a new party, left-wing party known as a Forward Bloc, and so during the Second World War, when he was kept in house arrest, he somehow managed to escape to Germany, and he sought help of Germany in order to form the INA, the Indian National Army, and then later moved on to Japan, from where he got support. And then the battle cry of the Indian National Army was Jai Hind and Delhi Chalo, and then he went to Tokyo to take Japan's help, and then the INA along with Subhash Chandra Bose came up to the northeastern provinces of India, that is Imphal, and they raised the national flag, the tricolor national flag over there. But after that, they could not advance further, and the victories of INA was short-lived, but it had a important impact in the Indian national freedom struggle, and which cannot be ignored. And we are somehow we are very indebted towards our leader Subhash Chandra Bose towards this, for this. Then independence and partition. So independence and partition is said that there have been various missions, there have been various plans which have been put forward or which came up in order to ensure the transfer of power. The plans, the various missions were being sent to India. So these missions, they with along with these missions and all of this discussions and the transfer of powers which took place, which have been this have been concluded that the partition of India have to be done. The undivided India cannot be there. The partition of India, independence can only be assured at the cost of the partition of India. So the Cabinet Mission Plan was sent to India, headed by Lord Pethick Lawrence, Sir Stafford Cripps, and A.V. Alexander. So Sir Stafford Cripps have come with this Cripps mission also before, but that Cripps mission was not successful, as though it had given a study of whatever the situations of India are to the British government, but then they sent the Cabinet Mission Plan, and he was an active member of this particular plan. And this plan suggested the proclamation, which had this various propositions, like there should be a Union of India, which will have both the British Indian states as well as the other states. British Indian states means the states demarcated by the Britishers as the British Indian states, and the other states were the other states where the Britishers did not directly control. They had puppet rulers, or they were not directly under the control of the British rule, but though yes, everywhere there was British interference and influence. And it will also deal with the foreign affairs, defense, and communication, these three subjects. So the union should have a legislative and the executive body, and which should have representatives from both the British India and the states. And the communal issues, if any, which might rise, should require deciding votes from the majority representatives and present and voting. So the majority representatives should be present and voting, and everything would be decided on the basis of their votes. And all the subjects other than the union subjects and the residuary powers should be left with the provinces. So there would be the two types of divisions of power, like the union and the states, or the union and the provinces. The provinces will have their own form of residuary powers, but the union are all powerful, and they will have the important subjects under their control. And in order to frame a constitution, a constituent assembly was being formulated, was proposed, which will work for processing the making the Constitution of India. And there would be three groups of provinces: Group A, Group B, and Group C, which will have the various states. Like Group A included Madras, Bombay, UP, Bihar, and Punjab. UP, Bihar, Central Province, and Odisha, while Group B comprised of Punjab, Northwest Frontier Province. Northwest Frontier Province will include few states which are now in Pakistan, and the Sindh. And Group C included Bengal and Assam. So any group which are not, any province which does not want to be in any of the dominions can opt out, and they can have their own government. So an interim government with the support of major political parties was to be set up to ensure that the constitution has been framed properly, and the power has been transferred properly. But this was the Muslim League did not support this, and they wanted their own province, they wanted their own country with their demands to be fulfilled, and they thought that this was some way, this will not this will lead to some way suppression of the Muslims, and they will not be able to put forward their opinions. Hence it decided to launch, they pressed the demand for a separate state of Pakistan, and it decided to launch a direct action. So communal riots broke out in Bengal and Bihar, and the Constituent Assembly started framing the constitution. Now the Mountbatten Plan, this is a very important one, because this gives the division of power between the two dominions, India and Pakistan. Till now it was not being mentioned that it will be divided. Now India and Pakistan were divided into two. So the country would be divided into two dominions. This was headed by Lord Mountbatten, the then Viceroy of India, and he proposed this plan in 3rd June 1947. So a plebiscite would be held in the West Frontier provinces, as in to ensure which province will join which of the dominions. So that will be left upon those provinces. Now the boundary commission would settle the boundary disputes of the two dominions in case partition is decided upon, and the Constituent Assembly of the two dominions would decide whether to remain in the British Commonwealth or not. So they can decide whether to remain under the British influence or not. And then the transfer of power would take place much earlier, to June 1948. Earlier it was divided that transfer of power would take place in June 1948, but now it's like it will be transfer of power will be done before. So now the Indian Independence Act of 1947. So now the Mountbatten Plan was accepted by all the political parties, and so they understood that partition has to be done, otherwise no independence. So to give this Mountbatten Plan proper effect, the Indian Independence Bill was introduced in the House of Commission on 4 July 1947. Now the draft was shown, before doing this, a draft was being shown to both the Congress and the Muslim League, and they their opinions were taken into account for the final revision of the bill, and the bill got assent from the British Parliament. And then with this act, the Pakistan, we can see the Pakistan was born on 14th August 1947. So we have this Pakistan's Independence Day and our Independence Day is just one day difference. Pakistan was born on 14th August 1947. The two divisions was done between the India and Pakistan, and India had to compromise the northwest frontier provinces of Balochistan, Indus, West Punjab, and Srihatta of Assam. India was born at the midnight on the same day. Because since it was midnight, that's why we consider 15th August. Now the British government transferred all its powers to the Indians, and thus after around 200 years of British rule, India gains independence and India became independent. Now R.C. Majumdar had aptly observed that 15th August will be decided as our Independence Day, seeing the transfer of power between us, and hence this became an important day in the history of India's freedom struggle. And after the formation of two dominions, now after this two dominions was formed, then portion of West Bengal, that is Bangladesh, before we have studied that the partition of Bengal had happened into East Bengal and West Bengal. So now the East Bengal have been made one of the territory of Pakistan, while the rest of the portions, the West Bengal was in the dominion of India. and the whole of the two dominions started ruling on their own, having their own constitution and having their own government. But it was very difficult for the Pakistan to rule over Bangladesh because it had to surpass India and go there. So we will see later on, you will be reading that there was Bangladesh war which was happening between the East Pakistan, the West Pakistan, and India was being approached, and India intervened, and then India was one of the major factors which helped in the birth of Bangladesh. That happened in the Bangladesh war later on, 1971, which is not there in your syllabus right now. So that will be the end of this chapter and the end of our syllabus as well. So go through the chapter and let me know if you have any doubts. That will be all. Thank you.